This is a presentation for the American College of Education, Northridge High School, and any interested parties and esteemed colleagues on LinkedIn. For those of you unfamiliar with the project that we did last year, we designed an expression project to aid students who were coping with any form of trauma or paradigm shift as a result of the coronavirus. If we're going to bring this back, we need to use SMART goals once more. We need to recognize that technology is a bridge, not a barrier, to help us to be able to do this, as well as to the continual collaboration amongst staff is of critical necessity. Here are just a couple of examples from last year. Both students and staff submitted pictures, poems, short stories, and the like. We see here a student's self-portrait with her and her mask. And here was an exceptional piece of a graduate watching her balloons. Those are the school colors, by the way, for those unfamiliar, watching the 2020 balloons go away as she is disheveled and downcast. If we look at the data and we look at the newest research, we understand that the coronavirus impacted not just teens, but their families as well too. Teens reported that they felt less support. However, if they had families that were supportive, that helped. Families as well were impacted, whether that was by job or for health reasons. And if there was pre-existing mental disorders, this was a compounding factor for those students and their families. What do we do now? We're going to reintroduce what we refer to as the Expression Project, because we know, again, that COVID-19 may not have been purely a health issue. It may have been other things that caused there to be trauma or rupture in the day-to-day life. This time around, we want to make sure that we include our counseling team, and we want to make sure that we are modeling what we want to see and really helping the students by empathizing with them as best we can. Now, there's a few things we need to consider before we plunge headlong in. We need to understand that this is a goal to aid our students, and we know that we're going to be asking them to rip off a Band-Aid that may resurface old wounds. The other major risk is that we may be rolling this project out too late, as that it's now mid-March and the school year will be wrapping up fairly soon. What we've decided to try to troubleshoot is the inclusion of any new staff members that might be interested in helping. We want to make sure that the instructions for this project are clear, that this is truly an optional project and not required. We want to solidify the submission process. And the most important thing we recognized that we missed last year was validating any and all students and staff who make submissions to help them to understand that they're not going through this alone. Why must we get involved? Why must we intervene? Well, if we look at the local reports, COVID isn't over yet. And we have new cases coming in every day. And we understand that student grades are suffering. We know that we as educators must be the leaders and advocate for our students emotionally, physically, and their social well-being. And two, we understand that when we as educators and leaders engage and truly collaborate, we're able to do so much more than going it alone, creating our own ideas and plans. This is an exceptionally powerful quote from a song that was put out just a few years ago by Leandria Johnson. And I think there's something we can take away from this, that no matter how bad things are right now, our best days are still yet ahead of us. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for your willingness to help our students have a brighter tomorrow.